Yep.
Hi, I'm Bob Pregoni, Chairman of the Board of Education in Tolland, Connecticut.
I'm Judy Grabowitz, a member of the Board of Education.
Hello, I'm Andy Powell, member of the Board of Education, Secretary Treasurer. We're here tonight to be able to talk to you about this important aspect of our community, the upcoming referendum vote for funding for our town services. We feel very strongly about the direction that we're going, and we need to discuss a few things with you. Over the last couple of months, the town has gone through the process of developing a budget to provide services, and we're very concerned about the direction. The town manager has provided a lot of documented and researched information. It's very credible. However, we do not feel that it truly reflects the direction that we as a town want to go. This isn't a conversation of Republican or Democrat or Independent, because we are all together on the town Board of Ed to provide the best services that we have. In this situation, we feel that the 1% increase that's being recommended by the town manager is going to significantly degrade our ability to provide the leadership education services that the town and the students of Tolland have really come to expect. Over the next few minutes, Bob and Judy are going to talk to you about some of the direct impacts, but we just want you to know that we're very concerned and that you should hold the town council responsible to allow us to have the right to vote on this very important issue. 1% is not going to do it. Allow us to go for a fully funded budget so we can provide the services that you expect and that our future students deserve.
As part of the process, the town manager has elected to put forth a 1% increase in the town budget, which would require $1.8 million of cuts from the proposed Board of Education budget. The suggestions by the town manager and the Board of Ed responses to those suggestions can be found on our website, but I'm going to review a few of them with you. One of the suggestions by the town manager is that we can use the ERA or federal stimulus funds to supplement our budget this year. Those funds came to the town with strict guidelines and regulations. In the current year, we cannot use those funds to supplement our programs. In other words, we cannot use them to pay for a current kindergarten teacher, textbooks for a current program that we already have. So those funds will not be available, and that suggestion does not help us realize any cost savings. He also suggests that we've achieved large surpluses in our utility accounts. Over the last several years, as many of you know, we have closed Parker School. We have shifted students to the old high school and opened a new high school. During that process, we used figures provided to us for the new high school based on the architect's numbers for utility use. We have now, in our second year of having the high school open and having those figures, we're within 4% of the budgeted amount for utilities this year, and it was an extremely warm winter. So that suggestion will also not achieve any substantial savings. Although changes in health benefits towards a health savings account approach for our non-union employees is something that we're looking into, because we have very few non-union employees, that suggestion also will not even come close to helping us bridge the $1.8 million gap. The town manager also talks about changing enrollments. The facts are that in 2007-2008, our enrollment figures were 3,131 students, and for the current school year, we have 3,151 students. So for this current year, we don't have decreasing enrollments. With that said, there's a shift in enrollment from the younger grades to the older grades. We've had an increase of over 100 students at the high school over the last 2 to 3 years. The proposed budget already eliminates a first grade teaching position and a second grade teaching position. What we really want to do is use those positions to add teachers where we need them at the high school, and we have not done that. Those cuts still are contained as part of our proposed budget. The other issue that the town manager talks about is excess funds at the end of the school year. What he's talking about is, for the last 3 years that I've been a member of the Board of Education, we have put in a freeze, a spending freeze each and every year. The first year, the excess funds were used to pay our post-employment benefits, which was a substantial number, and it was not a projection when the budget was formed. Last year, the Board of Education put in a freeze, and due to decreased funding from the state level, we contributed to that lack of funding and returned to the town about $200,000, as was reported in the Hartford Current. So the only way for us to achieve those savings are fixed costs for our teachers, health insurance, bus contracts. We would not be able to achieve any savings by putting in a freeze. So the things that are affected are equipment purchases, program supplies, and textbooks. And so that, in fact, is what we could have used the funds that were returned to the town last year, but we were unable to make those additional purchases. So we do not feel that most of the suggestions will bring us anywhere close to the $1.8 million cut in the town manager's proposed budget.
Hi, I put together a group of slides here. I want to show them to you. It's the old thing, one look is worth 1,000 words. And the first slide I have here is basically a magnet showing that if we have a good school system, we'll draw families in, and that will lead to good prices for our homes when we go to sell them. If we do not have a good school system, people aren't going to come to this town. That's a major reason why people move to Tolland, is for the teaching system. Tolland right now ranks 167 out of 169 towns in the state of Connecticut per student spending. There's an $1,800+ difference between what Tolland pays per student and what towns that are in our economic reference group pays. If you take the number of students we have and you multiply that by the difference of $1,822, it's in excess of $3 million that we do not spend on our children, and we're looking to try to get $1.8 million. We've been asked to do more with less for so long, there isn't anywhere else to cut. The school system never receives enough funding to provide level services year after year. I've been on the board for over 7 years now, and this is the 7th time I've seen that we've not had a level budget. Inflation is eating up all our fixed costs, and as a result, things like books and programs and supplies are being shortchanged. We can't do it properly without the money we're asking for. The Tolland student-to-teacher ratio is greater than the state average. It's also greater than our reference group. The Tolland teacher-to-administrator average is also greater, both for our reference group and for the state. The town of Tolland does not have a computer replacement program. All the computers we receive are hand-me-downs from local private companies that are trying to help us out. Many sports and clubs at Tolland Middle School and Tolland High School were eliminated, or if still offered, are self-funded. Previously in our school system, the Spanish program K through 6 was eliminated. The proposal for the 2010 to 11 proposal is to eliminate the 7th and 8th grade Spanish and French class. This may affect the ability to offer levels 4 and 5 at Tolland High School. All the schools in the United States that have a language requirement program in most cases require a minimum of 2 years. Any of the schools that are the upper tier schools, including University of Connecticut, have a 3-year requirement for foreign languages, and most of them would like 4 or 5 years. They look at that when they're considering whether a student will perform well at their school. If we cut down to 3 levels, for children who want to go to University of Connecticut or higher schools, they're going to have a problem applying. Standardized test scores, students consistently perform as well or better than students in the other reference group towns and also in towns in Connecticut. We have seen lately a slight downtrend in the 3rd grade, and that's something we need to work on, but we can't do it if we don't have enough money.
Please email and call the town council members regarding the upcoming budget and ask for their support to allow you to vote for the full budget.
What you can really do for the children of this community is to spread the word with your friends, your relatives, your neighbors, that the Board of Education really needs this money. We need it to support the children of this community, and we're really counting on you to bring that message forward and ask that the townspeople, the voters, actually have a chance to make this decision and vote on the full budget from the Board of Ed.